Agger's View is brought to you by PureMTGO.com and MTGOTraders.com. So today's deck is an old favorite, Solar Flare. Now Solar Flare is a type of archetype, is usually a sorcery speed control archetype with a little bit of counter spells, but for the most part it's playing big threats, often reanimating big threats, and using a lot of card advantage and sweepers and removal to grind out your opponent into dust and then smash them in the face with a giant 6/6. So let's look over the deck here. We got 3 Glacial Fortresses and a Seachrome Coast. I will mention I pulled this deck straight off a winning list, so no innovation here. In fact, I haven't been playing much Magic besides drafting for the last few months. I haven't played since Caw-Blade was legal, and I didn't even play until Caw-Blade. I didn't even stop playing until Caw-Blade was fully banned. Anyways, yeah, never mind. So we got white-blue lands, a Seachrome Coast, as with was it 3 Darkslick Shores? So there's a weird package there of 4 Scars of Mirrodin lands. He's running 3 of each of the white-blue and the blue-black and Malevolent lands, and the new edition of the Isolated Chapel, which is fantastic. So I don't know why he split it up like he did. The mana seems to work out fine when I played it, so there's that. And there's a split of 3 of each of the basic lands, so to me this seems more like he just put this together and it works well enough. I don't think this is the best mana base. There's also 1 Ghost Quarter and 1 Nephiliator on your yard, so Ghost Quarter can kill Inkmoth Nexus and the like, Wolf Run. There's a few targets for it, but it's not big. It's not as good as Tectonic Edge because it gives your opponent the land. You can also use it on your own lands to mana fix. In fact, the turn that you do use it to mana fix, it doesn't cost you mana that turn, but you will cost mana eventually. In terms of lands, so you float the mana, then you hit it with your own Ghost Quarter, get an untapped land. So you'll have the same amount of mana you would have had if you tapped the Ghost Quarter for mana, but next turn you'll be down a land. Nephiliator Yard, just there to give you advantage if you have nothing to do. Milling, Forbidden Alchemy, Think Twice, Burial Rites, that's all value. Or just milling one of these big guys if you have Burial Rites in your hand or the graveyard, just value. Snapcaster Mage as well. So there's that. Doomblades, removal, don't leave home without it. Mana Leaks, make sure people can't be resolving their mid-level threats against you. So you can get to the late game where you can resolve your big threats. Or in the mirror, you're counting their big threats too. Think Twice, card advantage. Good when it's milled. Great when it's milled. Good when it's just played normally. I mean, it's not the best, just played normally. It's kind of expensive, 5 mana to draw 2 cards, but it is instant, so there's that. Phantasmal Image is there as a nod to the Sun Titans. Obviously, their interaction is amazing. Phantasmal Image does really well in a format full of huge dudes, so there's that. Snapcaster Mage, one of the best cards in the game. This guy is just amazing. Flash, 2/1, plus you get a flashback any instant or sorcery in your graveyard, so just beauty there. Dissipate, usually you're only going to be, I mean, it's just the 5th mana link essentially. Kind of weird, but it also prevents them from flashing back the card. So there's that. Forbidden Alchemy is a better thing twice in terms of straight up value. On the first time you cast it, card per value per mana, but it's just amazing, filling up your graveyard. Blah blah blah. Oblivion Ring, a catch-all, also works well with Sun Titan if you mill it. So there's that. Liliana, amazing as well, works well with Sun Titan. This is a theme in the deck, as you'll see. Liliana is just great too, making each player discard. You'd rather discard than them for the most part in most matchups. So you're discarding Think Twices, they're discarding real spells. So you're flashbacking your Think Twice, and they don't get the flashback the card they discarded because they aren't discarding real spells. Day of Judgment, keep the board clear, keep your Liliana safe, etc. Burial Rites, amazing card. If you don't flashback it, if you get to cast twice, it's a lot of value. It's kind of expensive, but a lot of value. And if you get the flashback, it's amazing. So Consecrated Sphinx, Grave Titan, Sun Titan, and Eldish Norn, as well as a Wurmcoil Engine. So it's a very diverse set of threats here. I'm not sure if it should be condensed into a certain maybe one or two threats, or maybe the a lot of the threats. Having a lot of threats is nice with a mill deck because you're gonna be going through like maybe half your deck and milling it. Not a lot. I mean, this is a mill your deck a lot, but it does do a little bit of milling on your own deck, so it gives you some options. Like if this was just four Grave Titans and a Consecrated Sphinx, maybe you wouldn't have Wormcoil Engine and a Grave Titan in your graveyard. It depends on the matchup which one you want more. There's an extra Grave Titan in the side and Wormcoil Engine in the sideboard. Grave Titan might be the best. I don't know. Elesh Norn obviously insane in some matchups, so there's that. Surgical Extraction, I have no idea which matchup this is for. Could be for the mirror match. Certainly nailing a flashback card is good value. Usually, I don't like these type of cards because the only time you get value out of them is if you hit cards in their hand. But when in a world of flashback, you can nail cards in the graveyard. You get rid of that card. Cards with flashback in the graveyard, I count as cards in your hand just because you have access to them. And removing that card removes the card from their hand. And if they have another one in their hand, it's amazing. And just gets rid of the ones in their deck. So makes their deck less dense in spells. Celestial Purge, I'm sure, is a meta game call. Does a lot of work in a lot of matchups. Divine Offering is a nod to the fact that this has still got Mirror to block as its main contributor in terms of card size pool. I'm not sure how much it contributes in terms of the meta game. Just getting back into things. Flash Freeze. Flash Freeze is always in sideboards. Can't leave home without it. I'm sure Wolfrun is still running around, so there's that. Time reinforcements. Are you playing Brimstone Volleys against me? I'll bring in timely reinforcements. So there's that. Dissipates. More for control mirrors. Day of Judgment, another sweeper. And the Wormcoil Engines we talked about. This deck is really fun. I'm not sure if this is completely tuned. As I said, I'm getting back into things, back in the swing of things here, but it's a lot of fun to play. Liliana's amazing, as I predicted she would be. Just a lot of fun to play. I'll see you next week. Thank you. If I can ever find the stop button in time.